One dark and gloomy night, a group of curious friends decided to delve into the mysteries of the dark web. Their names were Alex, Sarah, Mike, and Emma. It all began as a simple dare, but little did they know that the hidden depths of the internet held more than they could ever imagine. Sarah, the tech-savvy one of the group, had heard whispers of a sinister website known as the Abyss. It was said to be a portal to the darkest corners of the internet, a place where nothing was off limits. Each of them had their reservations, but the allure of the unknown was too strong to resist. Gathering around Sarah's computer, they followed her instructions to access the forbidden site. A chilling sensation washed over them as they saw the unsettling logo of a hollow crimson eye staring back from the screen. The website's layout was disturbing, filled with cryptic symbols and chilling messages. As they clicked through the enigmatic links, the veil between their world and the unknown began to thin. The room grew colder, and the shadows seemed to dance maliciously in the corners. Suddenly, a strange figure appeared on the screen, shrouded in darkness with eyes that seemed to pierce their very souls. With an unsettling calmness, the figure spoke to them directly through their speakers.
Welcome, seekers of knowledge. You have ventured into a realm where curiosity leads to terror, where the price of forbidden knowledge is steep.
The group exchanged nervous glances, but their curiosity held them captive. They were given an option: leave the site and forget their experience, or proceed and unlock secrets that would haunt them forever. Mike, the adventurous one, egged them on.
Come on, guys. Let's see what this is all about. It's just a website. What harm can it do?
Reluctantly, the others agreed, and the figure on the screen instructed them to complete a series of challenges to gain access to deeper layers of the dark web. They would encounter dark stories, twisted riddles, and disturbing images with each level they passed. As they descended deeper into the abyss, the website's content grew increasingly sinister. Images of unspeakable horrors flashed before their eyes, and chilling tales of tragedy and despair haunted their mind. Emma wanted to leave, but curiosity gripped her like a vice. The group reached the final level, where a cryptic message appeared on the screen. It read,
"He who seeks the ultimate truth shall face the shadows within himself."
Each had to confront their deepest fears to proceed. Alex, the skeptic of the group, refused to continue.
This is insane. We can't go any further. This is just some twisted mind game meant to mess with us.
But Sarah urged them on.
We've come this far. Let's see it through to the end.
Mike and Emma hesitated but finally agreed, each driven by their unique motivations. As they clicked the proceed button, the room plunged into darkness. The website seemed to absorb all light, leaving only the glow of the computer screen to guide them. A series of familiar, nightmarish visions assaulted them, their own fears manifesting before their eyes. It was as if the dark web had breached the boundaries of the digital realm and invaded their reality. Alex found himself trapped in the grip of the dark web. His greatest fear materialized before his eyes. He was transported to a desolate and decaying school hallway, the air thick with an oppressive silence. As he walked the corridor, flickering fluorescent lights cast eerie shadows, and the sound of distant whispers filled the air. The school hallway was all too familiar, reminding him of the torment he suffered at the hands of his peers. As he walked the halls, suddenly the classroom doors flung open one by one, revealing scenes from his past. Each room contained a moment of terrible school memories: rejection, bullying, isolation, failed exams, more bullying. The memories were endless, and Alex wanted to escape this nightmare. He was forced to relive those painful memories, each one replaying in agonizing detail, amplifying his self-doubt and haunting him with the belief that he was destined to repeat his past indefinitely. Sarah's vision manifested as a maze of tangled wires and malfunctioning technology, symbolizing her fear of losing control. In this nightmarish realm, her devices turned against her, emitting malevolent static and glitching unnaturally. She tried to access her most treasured memories and personal data, but they were distorted, corrupted, and slowly slipping away. With each step she took, the walls of the maze closed in, suffocating her, while disembodied voices whispered secrets she desperately sought but could never grasp. Sarah's anxiety grew as her digital world crumbled, leaving her feeling vulnerable and powerless, trapped in a chaotic labyrinth of broken technology and lost connections. Mike's vision plunged him into a realm of guilt and remorse, where he found himself confronted by the people he had wronged. Faces from his past appeared, each radiating hate and resentment. Their accusing voices echoed through the darkness, recounting the pain he had caused them. Haunted by his past misdeeds, Mike was compelled to relive the consequences of his actions. He watched helplessly as his loved ones suffered great misfortunes due to his mistakes, their pain etching itself into his conscience. The weight of his guilt grew heavier with each passing moment until he could no longer bear it, collapsing under the unbearable burden of his remorse. Emma's vision immersed her in a chilling dreamscape that mirrored her grief and longing. In this ethereal realm, she wandered through a mist-shrouded forest, her senses consumed by a haunting melody that whispered through the trees. As she followed the mournful sound, she came across apparitions of her deceased brother, forever suspended between life and death, caught in a bittersweet embrace of love and loss. Emma yearned to reach out and touch her brother, to bridge the gap between the living and the dead. Yet, with each attempt, he slipped through her fingers like ephemeral mist, leaving her with a profound sense of emptiness and an inconsolable ache in her heart. Emma desperately continued reaching for her brother, but he began backing away as if he did not want her around. Her brother's rejection confused and saddened her, knowing they were so close before his tragic passing. Lost in the dark forest with her brother, Emma's grief consumed her. The elusiveness of her deceased brother intensified her heartache, leaving her feeling trapped between realms. Emma felt her body and soul growing weak, and she struggled with the loss of her brother and not having the strength to let go. Each member of the group found themselves ensnared in the dark web's grasp, causing them to question their own realities. The insidious influence of the dark web blurred the boundaries between fact and fiction, leaving them in a perpetual state of doubt and confusion. However, amid the glitching maze of tangled wires, Sarah felt her anxiety reach its peak. Her deep-rooted understanding of technology served as her guiding light. Realizing that she had the power to end the chaos, Sarah started to untangle the wires within her vision. With each knot she unraveled, the oppressive static diminished, and reality began to slowly reveal itself. Sarah's determination and expertise allowed her to regain control, and she was able to break free from the web of her own fears. The darkness in the room disappeared, replaced by the calming light emitting from the computer screen. Sarah glanced at each friend and watched as each were released from the dark web's hold. All except Alex. Alex was still trapped in his nightmare of fears. He ventured deeper into the haunting school hallway. His dark memories and self-doubt became overwhelming. The walls seemed to close in around him, suffocating his hopes and aspirations. Despite his best efforts to find a way out, every door that opened led to another corridor of pain. Tormenting whispers grew louder, echoing his insecurities and hurtful past. Alex's spirit weakened with each passing moment, and the weight of his pain became too much to bear. The rest of the group noticed Alex still standing, his stiffened body unmovable. His eyelids were open, exposing his eyes, which were covered by a grayish-white film, his mouth slightly open as if he had been gasping for air. Sarah, Mike, and Emma ran over to Alex and began shaking his body and yelling his name. Alex's body remained stiff and unresponsive. After several attempts to revive their friend's spirit, they realized Alex was gone forever. Sarah, Emma, and Mike would never forget the tragic loss of their friend. The incident forever etched in their minds. They struggled in their own lives, haunted by the memories of Alex. It was as if a part of the dark web remained with them, whispering and beckoning for their return. Many years later, the remaining friends were unable to completely escape the memories of that one unfortunate night on the dark web. Their minds were often filled with Alex's calls for help as he still wandered in the school hallway, his soul forever entangled in the dark web.